Welcome to the first episode of our new show, WheelerCast.
Woo!
It's pretty dope.
New and exciting. It's so exciting. I'm excited.
You've been on all iterations of all podcasts that I've done, some form or another. Josh and Tad make a podcast, Basement Jams multiple times, and now WheelerCast.
Yeah, that's true. I'm really interesting.
In small amounts.
Very flattered.
Once a year.
Very flattered. Yes, I'm fun in small amounts. Just every couple of years or so, like I might have something else to say.
Which is how often you go out.
I've become very reclusive in my old age. I'm very terrified of people in crowds and breathing the same air.
That's how this last year's been for me.
Breathed.
Don't breathe the air that I just breathed.
That's what's weird when you're in a confined area with that many people, like all the time. You're just like, there's no air entering your lungs that hasn't already been in a lung.
Like I know this air was in a butthole.
Yeah. And all the air is been used, previously owned.
Previously owned. I know, I'm breathing my own ass air, and that's rough.
But I've had to come out more now. Like I've had to start making appearances because that's the only way I can sell these damn comic books.
Ain't gonna sell itself.
Well,
yeah.
How are you?
Reclusive. Pretty goddamn much too.
Tales of the Hermits.
Right. But it's been a good year for me. I guess basically the last 6 months have been great. I started out like the beginning of the year, like 279, fucking fat.
Oh. I'm officially 200 now.
I will meet you there real fucking fast.
Yeah, well, this is new territory for me. I've been 150 pounds my whole life, so.
My goal for the year was to drop 50 pounds, but I didn't really get serious about it at the beginning of the year. Then, slowly over the year, and then I started keto right in September, and I dropped 43 pounds.
I gained 50 pounds over about the last year or so.
But you're so goddamn skinny, you can't even fucking tell.
You can tell. That's where I wear loose clothing. I've got like disdained belly. Like
We've got like the opposite thing going on. All my clothes are loose clothes, just because like they were all fat fucking boy clothes.
Yeah, no, I was buying fat boy clothes long before because this was always the goal.
You're working on it. You're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just change clothes. You give me the smaller ones, I'll give you the bigger ones. We're good to go.
Deal. I've got plenty of shirts that, you can fit in now because I can't.
Yeah, I've always had those clothes in my closet. They're like smaller clothes that I wore like 7-8 years ago, and it's been that long since I've seen them because it was like, I'm afraid to even try these motherfucking pants on, because they ain't gonna fit.
I've got three. I got three that fit me now. Like, and the rest of them, I have some other ones that fit, but they all have like just the asses in all of them are destroyed. Like, and I'm sure it has something to do with like how often I fart, because like I'm always just an open asshole. Like this is the longest I've gone farting in months. Like just this conversation that we've had, and. Yeah, I don't know. I'm rough on the ass of my jeans.
I feel you.
A lot of activity down there. And
yeah.
It sucks because those are like my most comfortable pants. So like I'll wear them around the house, but then I can't go like pick up my kids at school. It's actually hard too, like picking up the kids at school, because I notice like all of my shirts have Satan on them. Like all of my shirts have vulgarity or demons or just something not to go pick up your kid at preschool in. So.
Right. There's one shirt in my closet that has anything kind of vulgar on it, and it's got a fucking pot leaf on it.
Yeah.
It's fucking Smooth Doggy Restaurant.
Oh wow, those are rare.
Yeah,
I don't have one.
It was the very first one you gave me, and it fits now.
Hey, that's good.
I almost wore it today, but I was doing laundry and ended up just taking something out of the laundry.
As far as I know, Jacob Gonzalez is the one that wears it the most, because I'll always see pictures of him wearing it. He wears it pretty regularly, and I'm just like, that's why I love you.
I'm about to start wearing it. I've had like a whole section on my closet was like, these are shirts that I like, I don't want to get rid of, but I can't fit in them.
I still love what it says on the back, just because my sister...
Drink up, throw down.
Throw up or throw down.
Yeah.
Because it was my sister, I was driving her home from the Arps' house,
Hell yeah.
And because she started feeling sick, and this is like right when the cancer came back.
Right. I
And
remember that time period.
or it might have been the second time, but she was feeling sick and woozy, so she wanted to leave, and I left with her. And as we were driving, she's like, I don't know, like I just feel weird, like I don't know whether to throw up or throw down. And like she just like said that like so randomly. I was like, oh my god, I'm putting that on a t-shirt. So
And you did.
it's the only t-shirt I've made so far. I need to make more t-shirts of different stuff. I was thinking about making some t-shirts with like characters from the comics and stuff, but
If you want to do like one-off shirts, I got a vinyl cutter right there.
oh dude, bro.
Yeah. That's how I made those cups.
I love my cup.
I can do one for Mara. I've just got to white out the outline so it doesn't pick up the rest of her.
It sucked because like you can't wash them too much. Like I already started to notice that with the mug, and it sucked because I was drinking everything out of that mug. I was like, "This is my mug."
Yeah. As
my
long as you're gentle with it, it's good. But like, yeah, it is vinyl at the end of the day. It's
I still use the coffee mug though all the time. Started drinking a lot more coffee ever since I got that mug too.
Leading you down a road of a different kind of addiction.
Yeah. Well,
the mug.
Yeah. Coffee's become pretty useful for me because I work overnights now again, and so I'm always vampire.
Man, I can't imagine working overnights.
Oh, it's not fun, and the people I work with are dicks. They're horrible people. Like, oh my god, I hate them all. There's a couple I like, but for the most part, like they're just so rude. They're so rude. And it was funny because the other day somebody asked me, she's like, well, so how are you liking it here? And I told him, I was like, last year, the beginning of last year, my sister died of brain cancer that she had been fighting for 10 plus years, left 2 kids behind. At the same time, my girlfriend at the time started cheating on me, ended up taking me for $3,500, and I hate this job more than I hate her.
Fuck yeah.
That was the first time I made a joke about it. But like, Jesus Christ, I hate that place. It was cool though. Last night, actually, I worked by myself. Like, because they ran off somebody else because they're such assholes that somebody was like, I can't take this. And they just left. And so I had to work by myself last night. And they just, like, gave me the keys. And it was like, I'm the only person in the store. Which was cool at first. I mean, I just yelled out, fuck! Really loud. Let it echo. That was fun. And then it was later in the night. Like, the music shuts off. And then you start hearing noises coming from different directions. It's like appliances clicking on and off or whatever. But it got real damn spooky real quick because when I work overnights, I always have my headphones in. I'm always listening to audiobooks, and I'm always listening to horror stories. So like I spook easy. So
it's a recipe for disaster.
So that was a lot of fun last night. I almost shit my pants a couple times, but made it out okay.
That's one thing I like about my job. Is that I listen to podcasts all day long. That's like I've always got my earphones in. It's either like a podcast day or a music day. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But
see, I can do podcasts every now and then, but like I can't do music most of the time because I listen to one song and it make me think of another song, make me think of another band. Like I'm on my phone all night, and so like I just need something playing like linearly that I can just zone out to and do whatever I'm supposed to be doing.
I throw it the other way. I go to shuffle on songs and push play like a goddamn madman.
See, I can't find a good like shuffle though, because like I have Amazon Prime, and I just found out like the Amazon Music thing with it too, which I love it.
Right.
But and I can make playlists out of that. But really, like I just wanted I don't know if Spotify has a thing where it's like, look, these are the 5 bands I want to listen to. Play me everything from them, like, and just mix it up.
Right.
I was listening to music the last few nights, like listened to Primus all night one night, and then it was Ween, and then Butthole Surfers, and it usually happens in that like order for me, like every so often. Like I'll listen to every Primus song, then I'll listen to every Ween song, every Butthole Surfers song, every Melvin song, every Body Count song, every Ozzy song, and then it like flips back around, and then I'll get into something else. But it's always like when I start listening to Ozzy or whatever, it makes me like want to listen to Body Count right away, like, because I don't know, it's just like I'll start getting in like heavy metal, like rock and roll mode, and then I'll just want to hear something weird, and then
Right.
then I'm listening to the Shins.
We were at Hastings one time, me and my buddy Shane.
That's an old-fashioned sentence.
Yeah. And we're in the music section looking at the fucking CDs. And he's like, I don't want to listen to something hard. And he was looking around. I was like, you want to listen to something hard? He's like, yeah. Some fucking metal. Ooh, the Strokes. And he bought the fucking Strokes.
Oh, God. Almost broke my neck in their pit.
Like, you motherfucker.
Oh, man. The best game to play at Hastings was always Hastings Roulette, where you go to the dollar bin and you just like buy 5 CDs that people you've never heard of based on album covers. And 4 of them would always suck, but you'd always get one. You always get one that was like really dope. And there was one that's been killing me trying to remember the name of the band because I can't ever. Who knows who they were? But like that one CD, I'm just like still like need to find it somewhere because like it had a really like they were like a weird soft like kind of band like kind of rocking, but their bass player was amazing and it was just it was just really cool to get into, like some really good bass lines. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. I've been slacking on my music. Like
it's been a good year for me. I'll say that. Last year was horrible. Last year was awful, but or the first half of last year, and then because all that stuff happened to me, and then I met my girlfriend now and her daughter, and they moved in a week after we met each other. And we've been going strong ever since.
Ryan Crone don't fuck around.
It was great. Well, she got kicked out of her place. We had just started talking, but at the same time, like I was kind of having trouble like with rent and everything like that. And like, man, we just took a chance and rolled the dice. But it was great. I couldn't imagine like not being with these people because they're amazing people. Like Mara's been so supportive over all the wacky stuff I've been doing and behind all the ideas in Stabman the movie and everything like that.
You got her in a nun outfit and poured blood all over her.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
I was shocked as hell.
The kids, too.
When I saw it the second time, I was like, what?
Oh, man. She, yeah, that was funny. Because then she got squirted right in the face. I had fun with those squirt guns. But, yeah, this year's been great because at the beginning of the year, I started making the comics again. Made Stabman, which was just a stupid little short comic, but already knew, like, this had to be a movie. And that's when I had talked to you about making we were just going to make a trailer for April Fool's Day. It wasn't going to be a real movie. It was just going to be like, you know, a trailer to bring attention to the comics. But that's when Lillian messaged and said something about being in it. And that was right around when the Anne Frank cartoon got taken down. And she was like, well, if you got a spot for a curly-haired actress, blah, blah, blah. And I had seen some of her other stuff, and I was like, wow, have an actor in this movie, that'd be cool. Because everybody else has just been like, you know, buddies.
Right.
And so I was saying, well, you could play like Anne Frank in the trailer. And like Anne Frank, then we were talking about making it like a 5-minute movie. Like it was going to be a super short film. And Anne Frank was just going to pop up at the end or something, like just make a cameo. But one thing led to another. It snowballed, and like she became the leading like lady, and it became a 30-minute like short film. That, man, it ain't Citizen Kane, but it's a movie.
It is quite entertaining, and knowing everybody on film or on the screen when you're watching it is really cool.
And that's fun because even if this doesn't go anywhere or whatever, it's still fun to do. I'm glad I get to make comic books, and I don't make a lot of money each month with them, but there's like 6 people out there that believe in me and like help send me a little extra money for bills every month. So
hell yeah.
So the comics themselves though, like I put out number 8 this month, and I don't think there's going to be a comic next month. Next month I'm going to send out a paperback copy of my novella Ramona and a CD of the audiobook, which Adam Singleton, who plays Dick Nibbler in the film, does the narration for, which was really funny because I had put it up with using like a text to speech robot voice because I thought that was funny and that was the whole point. But he had heard it and he goes, "Well, what would you think about having a voice actor on there? Because I'm trying to build up my voice acting credits on Audible. Like I've got one book on there and like to get another one." I'm like, "If you think this will help your career, then yeah, go for it." But I don't know. He did a great job though, and at the last show, I actually did a reading of it instead of starting off with a song. The last show was horrible, man. The Christmas sweater party, it was horrible, but it was great. It might have been the best show I've ever done because what happened was I got a whiskey and Coke. And I went up and talked to Chris, and basically, like, he gave me some money. I got paid for the show too, surprisingly. At the end of afterwards, like, saw the whole show and still decided to give me money. I don't know if it was out of like admiration or pity, but because it's really hard to gauge like how that show went. Because he ended up giving me a triple like whiskey and Coke, which was just insane to drink. It hurt. But then I had a shot of tequila, a double shot of Rumplemints, and a shot of Fireball, and maybe a water. I know I had a beer too, but like this was all on stage with me, and like it was all gone by the end of the night, like a magician's act. And I just read the book to him, and then sang a couple of Christmas songs, and then started going into the rap stuff that I did like 4 new songs that I didn't know the words to, and I kept losing the audience and then bringing them back, but it was crazy how it all worked out because like the people that were watching it like couldn't look away. They were just very, very engulfed in it. And then by the time we did Pussy Money Weed and like had a group like, you know, chorus into it, everybody was pretty sold on the show because there was some people at the table for the other band that when I'm like trying to get everybody to sing Pussy Buddy Weed, they're just looking at me shaking their heads, but by the end of the song, they were singing along.
Right. Even Laura likes that song.
It's a good song, and what's funny is I didn't write any of it. I didn't write any of that song. I helped write the chorus, I think. I know I was in the room. But like I don't know how much of it I actually contributed, and then I wrote a verse that isn't in the song anymore. Like I took it out. It was written by Randy Powers, Shag Nasty. He wrote 2 verses on it, and the other one was written by a guy named Jason Werner, who's not a rapper. He's just a dude, just some dude that like came by the house. And we had beer, and he ended up drinking with us and, like, made his song because he's gay. And so, like, he was rapping about being gay and, like, kind of made this song about, like, oh, I want to rap about being gay. It's like, I want to rap about thug shit. And it's like, well, let's rap about both. Like,
gay thug shit.
Yeah.
Man, it worked out.
It worked out. It became one of the most popular songs. But, yeah, I took out my verse because it was dumb. Well, I ended up using that verse in a different song, so that's why. But then I just changed the last lyrics to macaroni cheese, that's all we need, which is funny because my niece has never heard the song, I'm sure, but my dad always says that around her, and so she'll go, macaroni cheese, that's all we need, macaroni cheese, that's all we need.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's really funny. My daughter will sing Good Goddamn as we're walking to the hallway. Good goddamn, he's the man. Golly gee, oh me, oh my. That's great. I love that kid so much. She's definitely a spawn of mine. And I got a comic with them in it that like I've kind of casually thrown into these comics, but it's probably going to be like a separate series, like for more general audiences, because like I said earlier, I can't go to Art Walk with this stuff. I can't do anything because it's hard to sell the Great Pumpkin Fucker to family audiences.
That's true, but my favorite one that you've done is the one where you're being haunted by your ex. She's a demon. Ugh. And then, you know, your family comes there at the end and then everything's okay. And
yeah, it had a happy ending.
I like that one the
But
most.
that's some real shit too, because like all of 2018 was miserable. Like even though I had met Mara and her daughter, like, and they had come into our lives, it was still like, it was super stressful. It was scary. She lost her job like a month into us living together.
That's more pressure.
not only that, I was still way like dealing with the beginning of the year and like not able to like pull myself out of it. It wasn't really until the beginning of this year that changed, and like I became like a lot more committed to everything. But this is yeah, that really fucked me up. It did. It was hard. that shit. I had lost so much weight when that happened, and I was talking like crazy, like, and I was pretty sure everybody thought I was on drugs, but I was just going insane, and I wasn't eating, and yeah. So by the time Mara had found me, like I was actually kind of at the end of my rope. It was good at first, like when the lady first cheated on me and took me for all my money left. It was hard, but then a couple months later, I started painting. Started getting into that a lot more. Started like embracing like being an artist again, and I started to get my confidence back. And then a couple months later, she came back for 36 hours just to completely screw me up again.
Heard you were doing good.
Yeah, and luckily only for 36 hours. But then like a week after that is when I met Mara, and so like she met me like kind of at an awkward time. It was all bad timing, but it all worked out so well. Like it's been great because she's amazing. She's so great with the kids. Like, we'll read stories to them, and she does like all the voices and like, gets really into it. We always find fun activities, and like we've become a lot more family oriented. So like I've got a good life. Like, comics don't make that much money, but they make some money. Got a nice family. I've got a job that does pay the bills, like barely. With very little breathing room. But that just kind of sounds like everybody else my age that didn't go to college.
That's right.
Stay in school, kids. Don't be like me.
Fucking 9 to 5 shit.
Live with your parents as long as you can. Never move out. Let them die and just inherit their land.
Damn it. Yeah. Move to South America.
Thailand.
For them Thai boys.
Well, or like the Philippines or whatever is another one where like American
cheap.
dollars
Yeah.
goes a long way. I mean, like, I don't know. Thinking about like if I would move out of a country, where to country, but I can't go anywhere because like I always wanted to go to Costa Rica. Like I've always loved like Jeff Corwin and like reptiles, and I've always been like really big into like the rainforest. I don't want to go to the rainforest. I've learned about the rainforest since then. Like, if you ever want to go anywhere, don't look it up, because once you look it up, you're like, oh, that place is horrible.
Oh,
I wouldn't do well there.
I'd be happy to move somewhere, but I'm not gonna move until Colin graduates.
And see, and I'm in the same boat because my daughter's mom lives in Arlington, so we gotta stay in Texas. We gotta stay in this area, which I love Texas. I would probably, if I was gonna live in Texas, I'd rather live in like South Texas, like, by San Antonio and Austin, and hill country and green trees and hills and flowing rivers and like, but instead of just desert bullshit ass West Texas. But
You definitely make that sound good.
But it's the same reason our parents lived here, because cost of living's low, and it's easier to just do that. Because honestly, I think I'd rather go like back up to the Pacific Northwest. I liked it up there, like maybe like Southern Oregon, where there's 4 seasons. You get snow in the wintertime, and you can actually swim in the lakes in summer. Because like I lived up at the top of Oregon, right by Washington and the coast, and you can't swim in anything. It's just always freezing all the time. It's horrible. There's Astoria, Oregon, there is 65 days out of the year where it is just like the most beautiful place on earth. The other 300 is just cold and rainy and shitty. But those 65 are breathtaking. That's why people stay there.
That sounds like marriage. That's what that sounds like.
But it was awesome because there was like sea lions hanging out by the grocery store and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is just a whole different world. Like, you don't realize how big just like this country is. Super professional, man. Super professional.
True.
Let's talk about something interesting.
We were fucking sea lions.
Sea lions!
We were talking about... God damn it. Oh, I just told him to do that. I don't know why. We were talking about how Elder Scrolls is fucking keeping us from doing our work.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we can talk about that. I can talk about that for a while. Yeah, I completely blame my lack of success on Skyrim.
It's a good way to go.
I would have been making a lot more comic books. I would have already animated some cartoons. I would have made Stabman a lot better if it hadn't have been for Skyrim. But oh man, it's a good game.
It's really good. And me and my brother are actually about to do a fucking show that we're gonna do like every couple weeks. Because he's out of town for 2 weeks and then he's home for 2 weeks. So during that time period, we'll try to knock out like an episode or two. We're gonna go back and play like video games we used to play when we were younger, and majority of that stuff is like in the PlayStation era.
Yeah.
So we'll go back and play some stuff that we have memories tied to. All those old games.
Most of my memories are all tied to Sega.
He's got one of those little cartridges for the Sega. And it's got like 150 games or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking insane.
You can play the old games on it too. Yeah. That's what I got.
Yeah,
I got a modded version of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which is called Sonic 2 XL, which you can find it online and like you can play it. But I have a cartridge. like they sent me a cartridge of it with the game on it and just stick it in the Sega. And it's Sonic the Hedgehog, but every time you collect a ring, they've all been replaced with onion rings, and you get fatter, and you just get so fat that you eventually can't move and you die. It's fucking amazing. Like, it's the best version of Sonic the Hedgehog ever. And what mostly that told me is like when I saw that cartridge, I'm like, so this technology exists. Like,
yeah, somebody can do
I
that.
can mod a game or something or whatever and make it into a Sega cartridge. So Stabman the video game may be coming soon. Like, I'm still looking for the team to help me work on that one.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It might be like Streets of Rage, like mod or whatever. But you can be like Stabman or Anne Frank or
that might
whatever.
be easier to do because at that
you gotta
point
fight
you
all
just
the
gotta
butt
replace the model.
Because see, you didn't read the comic book. So you don't like the movie. There's in the movie Stabbed Man, Harold Snack has a big ass bomb and he's just gonna blow everybody up because that's all the budget would allow. But in the comic book, he gives a bunch of chimpanzees from the zoo Viagra and crack to butt fuck everyone to death.
Yeah, that's way different.
So maybe in the video game, like that would be cool. They have to fight all the butt fucking apes.
So if that were the storyline you were going with, would you have been able to get Ominous the Monster?
Ominous was a really good sport, especially when at the end of the comic book, spoiler, he tells they lose, and he tells the one ape, he goes like, "It's over, Caesar, we lost, go home," and Caesar grabs him by the face and goes, "Caesar is home." Insinuating that he's about to receive some hot monkey love. And I was worried how Ominous would feel about that as far as like his likeness getting butt fucked by a monkey, but he thought it was funny as hell, so I was like, good.
His acting in that behind the scenes where he's got that mask was some of the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Dude, he was one of the most charismatic and like hilarious people, because you don't think so, like listening to his music, which is all very dark and ominous. It's but he's actually just one of the funniest dudes ever, and he had way too small of a part in the movie, but at the same time it's scheduling conflicts because he's one of the busiest people out of all of us. Like he is Ominous the Monster, and he's doing that 24/7. Like, yeah, he's great. I am working on a music video, a cartoon for him that like it's storyboarded out, and I've animated a little bit of it, but like if Skyrim will stop fucking with me,
fucking Skyrim.
The lusty Argonian maid will unclench her claws around my fucking attention span.
Yup.
Then I can get that finished.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping to get some real stuff done this year, because I've met up with a few other comic book artists and a few people that want to collaborate. I'm wanting to maybe make like a magazine, like a monthly magazine that has like Mad Magazine kind of style, but it has, you know, just different comics from different artists and different kinds of storytelling or whatever, like, you know, funny ones, sad ones, dramatic ones, action ones, whatever. Like, you know, I want there to be a little bit for everyone. It'll be adult oriented because there's even one person that makes some pretty graphic, like pretty sexually explicit comic books, but I was like, I don't see why a comic book can't have a centerfold, like
Yeah.
you know, because my comics are dirty. They're not like super sexually explicit, but they're still.
You're just drawing your girlfriend naked. It's okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's naked people, and there's pegging, and there's some
Pumpkin fucking.
pumpkin. Okay,
Some nut sacks.
yeah. But it's not like sexy stuff, and there's a reason I blurred out naked woman in the comic book too, is because like I don't personally want people jerking off to my cartoons. Like it's, you know, it's just for me. Like
Right.
I unblurred her in number 8 just because.
Just because.
Who cares?
You're like, hey y'all want to look at my girlfriend?
Yeah. Look at my bad drawing of it. Yeah.
She wouldn't let me take a picture of her, so I just drew one and then I put it out for everybody to see.
Actually, she did send me a nice picture of her boobs, and one day at work when I was feeling particularly low and I needed to pick me up.
That'll do it.
And I told her, I was like, it was great because it was unsolicited. That's just, she's thoughtful like that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but I was
doesn't work the other way though.
I was like, that's gonna be the inner lining of the next comic book. It's just a boob on that page and a boob on the other page, and so look out for that one. Coming in 2020.
Subscriber count just went up by twice, double.
Well, actually, like on Facebook, it grew a lot more. Like, you know, it's up to like over 700 people, and like Webtoons, there's like about 50 people on there or whatever. Webtoons is cool because every time you make a new comic, it puts your stuff right at the top of the page, like that second, and then the next person that makes a new comic, like it goes down, but like it keeps the most like recent, like hot off the presses, like somebody just made a comic, read this. And like I like Webtoons for that reason. It's a cool app, like especially like if you're taking a dump and you don't feel like scrolling through Facebook or whatever, like there's other apps, there's other ones that exist too, and like so you can just read comic books. There's some really cool ones on there. Suicidal Onion Boy is a good one. Let me think. Chicken Head or Chicken Face. Chicken Face is dope. Like Chicken Face has got some really cool artwork, and it's a really cool concept. So hopefully, I'm also talking to a couple of like writers too, because I'm not a very good writer. You've seen Stabman the movie. You've read these comics. Like, I'm not a good writer. I'm not even that good of a... I'm not really good at anything. Like, I do a lot of stuff. I'm not good at any of it.
That's what separates you, though, because you do it. It doesn't matter if you're great.
That's right.
You just do it. Nobody else is doing it. I'm pretty good, but I'm not doing it.
See, my whole ideology... behind what I do.
It was the mustache. You stuck.
All I've tried to put out in the world is that, you know, there are no idea is too stupid. Just do it. There's nothing out there that like somebody won't think is funny or cool or enjoyable, like, and even if it's a few people, and even if it's just you, even if you're just making these, like, it's so cool for me to have like physical copies of comic books that I've made that like my grandkids can stumble upon one day and be like, whoa.
What kind of dumb shit was Grandpa into?
Grandpa was crazy. Old dirty mattress CDs and whatnot.
Treasure trove of weird ass shit.
Yeah, it's of just bad ideas that.
Apparently, he really needed some money.
That was the secret to my success. I committed to bad ideas.
It's worked.
Smooth Doggy Breath was a terrible idea. It should have never worked, but for some reason they just kept coming back.
That's not the first time I've heard you say that.
Because it still astonishes me.
They want more.
Yeah. I'm more proud of the fact that I'm a bad rapper. than if I was like super good at it.
Well, the starting out, like, you know, you could hear your syllable play and your word play and your flow. It was very. I'm a bad rapper, but as you were going on, and I'm listening to you do these songs, I'm hearing the differences.
Well,
in
you
your
listen
play.
to just nothing but rap beats for months and months and months.
Yeah.
After a while, you start to catch on. Like, you start to, like, pick up where syllables could happen and, like, little turns of phrases. But it's hard. Like, it's hard to even write songs. But, like, the new album, which is available now, you know, it's uncut, unmixed, and ungood. And I made 6 songs in one night, just sitting in my car, like, just recording it through, like, a little Xbox microphone or whatever, and just busted out a new album, which, like, honestly, it's the worst album I've ever made and the best one I've ever made, in my opinion, because it's just so organic. Like, you know, like, it's not something that I, like, mixed a bunch of times to still come out like shit. Like, it's just a good, shitty album. Like,
good enough.
The one song on there, though, the Ballad of Smooth Doggy Breath, that one went over really well live, because I added a second verse to it.
Oh, yeah?
Like, just kind of... I have, like, a couple of, like, verses that have never made it into songs because they suck, but I'll bust them out every now and then, especially when I'm trying to, like, see if I like a beat, like, how I'm going to do it. Like, I'll use those as, like, practice verses and stuff like that. Or, like, if we're doing sound check or whatever, I'll just say something that I wrote when I was 17.
Hell yeah.
Ugh.
17.
It was weird even becoming a rapper because it was mostly, and I'm sure we've talked about this before, but my friend was a rapper, and when we lived far apart from each other, like, I wouldn't hear a song from him for a while, so I'd send him a song about smooth doggy breath, yo, poop on my balls, like, or just some dumbass shit that I made in 5 minutes and just emailed to him as a joke. And then whenever I moved back to town here in 2013, we saw Afro Man. And it wasn't so much Afro Man that inspired me as the people that opened up for him that I've never heard from again. Like, I don't know who they were. But, like, they were, like, all right. But it just, like, that's when it clicked in my head. I'm like, oh, shit. I could just do that. Like, screw getting a band together or whatever.
Right.
Trying to meet up with other people's schedules. Like, I'll just throw on some rap music and just hip and hop. And yeah, when I first started out, I only had like 6 songs. Like, I didn't have like a good library of like songs to do. But the last show was fun too because I didn't just do rap songs. I read the book. I did Christmas songs, and I actually sang a couple country songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it was it was fun. They gave me a wireless mic too, which is always fun because then you find the people that really aren't having it, that really aren't digging what you're doing, and
rub
you just
your
go
face
and
in it.
sing to them. Yeah. Just trying to play pool and ignore you.
It's like, this motherfucker. Yeah.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to keep doing this stuff, though. Like, every now and then. I'm glad that Homers will always give me a spot. Like,
that Lone Star seemed to be doing you several...
I mean, I've thought about taking it, like, on the road, too. 'Cause, like, I could just start over. Like,
right.
Nobody else has heard of it. Like, so... But it's just hard because it's like, if I knew I was going to be, like, barfing out these same songs for the, like, next however many years, I would have worked harder on them. I would have made them better. Like, I would have tried a lot harder because sometimes they're really hard to say because I'm just like, God, this is such a bad song. I wouldn't listen to it. It's not the kind of music I listen to at all.
You're like, my fans are stupid.
God bless them. They have very poor taste in music.
Yes, we do.
But anyway, so yeah, I wrote Ramona, which is... I was just going to plug stuff right now because I feel like this is like kind of dwindling to something. But if you go on my website, ryancrone.bandcamp.com, I've got Ramona, the audio novel, as well as 2 other audio novels that I've done, and they're all amazing. Ramona is the most recent one, and I'm currently working on a sequel to it called The Company Man, which is a gritty look into the world of business.
Oh hell!
But starring the main character from Ramona, who isn't Ramona.
Yeah.
I'm working on that. I am working on a couple of animations. I'm working on. I'm gonna work on more comic books. I'm gonna probably take a break from the comic books for a little bit. And everybody on Patreon, patreon.com/stupidcomics. Everybody on Patreon, I'm gonna send out a copy of Ramona along with the audiobook, and next month maybe I don't know what I'm gonna send out. I'm gonna send out something every month though, and that's the cool thing if you get on my Patreon, because $5 a month they'll mail you a new comic book or something.
Or something. We're selling
every month you get $5 a month. You get shit mailed to your door. You don't even have to do anything. And then for $10 they mail you a comic book and sketches. $20 a month they mail you comic book, sketches, and a mystery gift. Which mystery gifts have been. I've sent copies of Stabman the movie. I've sent CDs. I've sent weird gag gifts too, like X-ray goggles and stuff like that. Or you get a prize. You get something for your efforts. Fake dog poo. I don't know.
Love smooth doggy breath.
That's right. But I am wanting to look into start making toys pretty soon. Like once we get some more some more better content and get it really going strong on something. I know I want Toby and Toby action figures. I don't know who else wants them, but I do. Because for the record, that is my favorite comic that I draw. It's the funniest one to me, just because it's so senselessly violent.
Yeah,
but
I like it.
if you go on YouTube and look up Stabman the movie, Stabman's on there, along with all the trailers and all the behind the scenes footage. You can just look for it for free. You can also go on the website and buy a DVD copy of it. I'm gonna probably make a DVD copy of Cactus on the Moon too. Which have you ever seen that? That's the first film I did.
Yeah, I have it on my laptop.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's almost as bad as Stabman.
I'm one of the people that gets on the website every couple months and just if I don't have it, I get it.
If you go on the Ryan Crone Bandcamp page, there's a CD on there called Greatest Slits, which is everything up to 2012.
I have it.
And yeah, it comes with the movie. It comes with Cactus the Moon, the movie, and some wallpapers and some other stuff.
That's probably where I got it.
Yeah, I just threw because Bandcamp's cool because you can throw extra stuff like that on there too. I didn't even think about that. I need to start. There needs to be I want to make an animated comic for the Stabman versus Stabbed Man too to go with the movie.
That'd be pretty cool.
Just because I feel I've been trying to bundle up the movie, the comic book, and a fake knife or whatever. Yeah. Just to give you the full experience. Because I feel if you read the comic book and watch the movie, you definitely they both have what the other one doesn't, and they both lack a point.
New idea. $5 extra. You can get Stabman to deliver that movie to them if they're not too far.
He could. He would do it too.
That'd be cool as hell.
Stab you, laugh, and then get back into his car.
Yeah. That's you just lived part of the movie.
Thankfully, Ryan looks nothing like that anymore. He grew his beard and his hair back out.
Yeah.
But he walked around like that for months.
Yeah, he did, man.
For months.
He's like, I got it out of the car. I'll go change. No, we're good. Let's get drunk.
Oh man. Yeah, he was making his own side hustle, just playing Stabman at parties.
He's like, women wanted me, men wanted to be me.
He's great. He's so I couldn't imagine anyone else being Stabman. I thought about doing it at first, but I was actually pretty committed to not being on film. I've got a face for radio and for podcasts and for comic books.
Yeah, that's fucking. I'm real happy with his performance was the bar scene where he was getting kicked out of the bar. I really enjoyed his performance in that. That was good.
He really came out of his shell with a few scenes, like, because I'm not that great of a director, and I had a very loose idea of what we were doing anyway. But he took a lot of liberties with the character. Lillian really like did a lot. She that's a great way to start that. She did a lot.
Take two.
She made it happen. Like she showed up when we were shooting things, and like she had a lot of stuff going on in her life at the time, but she still managed to play Anne Frank in a really bad low budget movie that like hardly anybody would ever see because she's just committed to her craft.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's awesome. I enjoyed the one day that I was actually there to shoot. I had a lot of fun because like I was basically directing half of what we were doing while you were directing the other half.
You were supposed to be the assistant director.
I had a good. I assistant directed
the whole time.
Well, the whole time was supposed to be that day.
Well, honestly, it was. That's what happened because we were done. That's right. We
were done, and then you were like, and now it's a whole movie.
And then I was all like, you know what? We started talking about it, and it was. I didn't realize that's when we decided to make it a full film because we had shot the movie, and that's when you watch the movie you get to see what like the movie was supposed to be, and then we just went elsewhere with it. But I'm
glad you did. It turned out really cool. And I wish I could have been there for a couple of the other ones of this, but you know,
should have been there for the sex scene. That was
I did not see that shit coming.
That was so damn funny. It was so fun to do to film because like it was. We were making that up as we went along, but like most of the movie, we were kind of making it. Like we wrote a script, but then we lost it, and then we just kind of tried to do what we remembered from it. But there was, and then Ryan improv'd a lot of his lines because like there were lines, and like some of them got said. But Ryan, I know in the shower scene, like went off like on his own. Like he took like one quote from like the script, but then the rest of it was all improv, and it was tense being in the room like when he was doing it too, because it was just kind of like it was unprompted because Ryan's just like okay. And so like
yeah, that's how he
like,
responds.
Get a grip. And he's just like I don't know. He totally turned into like an actor all of a sudden. It was crazy.
He pulled out his inner Al Pacino.
Oh man,
come on now.
It was so much fun though. As far as other films, because people keep asking me like, when's the next movie? Like, man, screw you. You know how hard that movie was to make, and the way it came out. I got an offer to direct another film that somebody else wrote that was like super complicated John Wick stuff. That it was just like. I was like, have you seen the movie? Like, have you seen Statman?
Let's rewatch this and then tell me.
You know what my directing capabilities are? Because that's it. It doesn't look like I tried very hard because I tried to make it look that way, but I did. Spent months working on that. But, once we started promoting it, it was just already like nobody was patient. Everybody's like ready to have this movie come out. And it came out like maybe... arguably prematurely, but at the same time, we're just done, man. Like, here's the fucking movie, just watch it. Yeah. Well, it was just hard too because you're working around everybody's schedules. Yeah. Like, they're not actors. I'm not a director. We're not like in the movie business. We all have to go to our jobs and take care of our kids and do our stuff. So like, everybody did it on their own free time, and
yeah, I like that. A lot of people showed up for you, and you got some funny ass fucking scenes with. Some funny ass people. Like
Crow Silverman was the last one to join the movie. Like it had already been like mostly made, and then he hopped in and like did a few scenes and lended his hand in the sex scene. That's his hand.
I laughed my ass off when he died. What, twice?
Oh man, he's.
I was like, he got stabbed again.
He's so funny. He's such a good musician, cool dude too. I think they're working on a movie too.
Nice.
I heard like him and his friend, they're making a movie about a songwriter or something like that, like a more dramatic film. Well, I got
He's got to play some Skyrim.
Yeah, I gotta go play some Skyrim. Facebook.com/StupidComicsOfficial or Red Break Book or whatever. You can find a lot of. Just look me up. I'm the cartoon guy, Ryan Crone. You'll see me. Patreon.com/StupidComics. $5 a month. I mail you shit. Do it. You can spare it. I need it. I got 2 little white girls I'm trying to feed.
Little kids don't fuck around when it comes to food, man.
RyanCrone.bandcamp.com. I'm trying to turn that into like more of my main website. Taking music from all the different projects and putting them on there. Like I don't have a lot of Smooth Doggy Breath on there, but I'm gonna make like probably like a good greatest hits or something like that. Put that on there. There's some Goat Casket on there. And then whatever new projects. Like I got a microphone again, so I might make some albums. They might not be rap albums. I don't know. Make something.
I gotta get on there now. Now that I know there's a Christmas album, I gotta download.
I still gotta make my Meatloaf cover tribute album.
Yeah, you do. People
don't let your Meatloaf. But anyway, yeah. You find me on all those stuffs and send me money or don't, and just watch my movie and read my comics for free. That's cool too, because that makes me happy. It makes me feel like I'm not doing it for nothing. All right, yeah. So
yeah,
thanks for having me
on the show.
I hope your other guests are much more interesting.
No, none of them will be. This was the best one in the first one.
Oh, man.
The end.
The end.
We will have one more segment after this. Ryan Crone's daddy will be on here to let you know we got some new music.
My dad's coming?
He's not coming here, but he'll be on the episode.
I haven't seen him since he left me at soccer practice 20 years ago.
He's been here. He's been here with me. Sorry.
I'm not even going to get to be part of the reunion.
I will tell him you said hi.
Oh, motherfucker. I'm taking this bag of sugar.
Yeah.
This is Greg with your Song of the Week. This is a pretty obscure song called Desert by the Butthole Surfers. It only appears on a bootleg live in Fort Worth. I think they only played it in concert maybe 6 times. The chorus is something about I'm going out to the desert and set myself on fire. They attributed it to one of the bass players that had left the band, and they asked him why he was leaving, and he said he was going to the desert to set himself on fire.